Hi, welcome to the video, Chef Roger. I'm about to make some frozen soufflé. You know your classic chocolate soufflé or baked soufflé. You put them in the oven and they're baked. I'm going to do something very similar here, but it's going to be frozen. They're going to look like soufflé. Instead of being hot, they'll be cold. I mean frozen. I'm going to use those ramekin here. But around that ramekin, I'm going to put a piece of acetate just around like that. You're going to understand why in a second. Because then, when my mixture is done, I will pour it into it here, to the top, put it in my freezer. When it's frozen, I will remove those and it will look like a soufflé. If you don't have any acetate, you can use some parchment paper. You cut it so they come, I will say, ½ inch above the rim of your ramekin. If it's too high, it might collapse. So, really ½ inch above is the best. And make sure they're tight. If you can get some acetate, it'll work better. Because the problem with parchment paper, even if it works, it's when you put it in when you add your mixture into it, it's a little, there's moisture, so the parchment paper doesn't stay nice and straight, but it does a good job still. First, I'm going to whip some heavy cream here. I have some heavy cream. I will have all the ingredients and procedure also in the description of the video. Because here I readjust them with what I had, so I'll give you exactly the right proportion. Anyway, whipped cream here, I'm going to whip that till what we call a soft peak. So this is a soft peak. The cream is still, see, it's falling down like that, little peaks. If you whip it too much, it'll be too hard to incorporate to our fruit puree that we have here. So a soft peak, when you see it's nice and thick, you stop there. No need to take it too far. So for the Italian meringue, here I have 250 grams of sugar. I'm going to put in my pot here. I'm going to add to that 1/3 of a cup of water. So I'm going to cook that to what we call soft bowl sugar. I have a little video on that on my channel on how to make rock sugar. You could check it out. There's a lot of detail on it, so you can learn if you want to use that technique. It's very not scary at all. You may think it's going to burn himself, but when your fingers are very cold, they don't feel that heat. Trust me on that. I wouldn't like to burn myself at all, and even more with sugar. So I'm going to put that syrup on here, and I'm going to wait. When I'm going to start seeing some large bubble, this is a sign my sugar is getting ready. Then I will start checking on it. Don't shake the sugar. Let it melt, dissolve slowly. Make sure to add cold water to it, not hot water, and let it do its thing. Don't distract the sugar, or it might just crystallize on you, and that's the last thing you want. When that sugar is cooked, I'm going to add it to 5 egg whites that I have here. I'm going to put those egg whites in here. I'm going to add to them a little pinch of salt with help. The egg white to develop volume. So I'm going to beat that till get to a fluffy consistency. I'm going to start with my whisk, then when I add my syrup, I will use my electric mixer. Here's my whisk. First I beat the egg gently, that's what we call breaking the egg. It's just to bring them to a consistency so they're a little loose. Then I will speed it up a little bit. casser les blancs. So see now it's like yellowish, you know, and liquid. So I'm going to mix it till it starts to be fluffy. Then it'll be time to add my syrup. If you see any particle of a syrup on the side, you would like to use a pastry brush and brush that syrup away, or that might crystallize your sugar. So you let cook that sugar slowly, and soon it's going to be time to check it and see the consistency. Again, we want to cook it to soft boil sugar, which will be 232 to 243 degree Fahrenheit. So those two fluffy consistency. You see how they're becoming now? That's almost there. You don't want to beat it too much before you add your sugar, or they may become grainy. So you have to make it so, you know, by the time that's fluffy, like right now, this is what we want. But my sugar is not ready yet. I'm going to test it. I doubt that it's ready. So I'm just going to stir it slowly like that, so the egg white don't break down. If I just stop stirring it, we're going to get back to the original consistency. See, I'm leaving my hand in the cold ice water here before I go in and grind some sugar. And here I have exactly the consistency I want. I can feel it. This is here soft boiled sugar. See, I looked at it, I saw the thickness of the bubble, I know that was there. Okay. So now I'm going to add that sugar to it slowly into it, and when it's all incorporated, I will go with my whisk. If you do that with your KitchenAid mixer, with a stand mixer, make sure you do it on a low speed, or you will end up with the sugar all over the bowl of the mixer on the side, and you don't want that. Okay, now we're going to switch. So how do I know it's ready? It's when I have those nice little peaks here. You see that nice peak? It does what we call the hook. This is the hook, this is ready. You could also try like that. You take it, you reverse it, it shouldn't fall. Woo! That's a good sign too, but be careful. I'm going to use all that meringue here. I'm just going to use half of it. It's not easy to make a small portion, so I have to do that much. But I'm not going to need all that. I'm just going to take again half of it. Did you know that if you add some gelatin to that meringue, then you make marshmallow? I will make some soon. I'm going to make some mango marshmallow very soon. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to remove half of that meringue that I don't need here. I put that right here. It's a beautiful meringue, very light. You see, it was very easy to make. Voila. Half of that's going to go here. I'm going to take my whipped cream. I'm going to add half of my puree to the cream. I'm going to stir that. I'm going to do what we call folding. You know, I'm not using a whisk. It's very important. Look how I'm doing that. I'm holding the bowl, and the bowl is going to turn like that, and as I turn, my spatula is going to go in the opposite direction. This way. Then the spatula is going to cut inside the mixture. Fold and cut, we said. Fold and cut. You fold and you cut. To incorporate everything very well. you see that I divided the proportion between my meringue and my cream. If I put everything with a meringue or everything with the cream, the coulis would be too heavy, and then the cream or the meringue might collapse. So this is why we split the fruit puree in between those two. Okay. Now like that. This is well incorporated. Now I'm going to do the same thing with my meringue. Add my coulis to it. And do the same. Fold it in. Then we're going to combine both of our preparation. And we're going to have a beautiful raspberry frozen souffle. Again, here I use raspberry puree, but you could use any kind of fruit puree. Same thing, it'll work the same way. Okay. So now to that, I'm going to add the cream. Just like that. Now we mix everything together. This is beautiful here, nice and smooth. I'm going to put it into my ramekin. Little here, go like that, and you let it pour inside. Just like that. Okay. Now, using myself with that spatula, I'm going to straighten up everything. Here, I think I put a little too much. I'm going to remove a little bit. And now we're going to straighten it like that. Okay, here I can add a little bit more. And maybe a tiny bit here too. And here we go. So here are our frozen souffle. I'm going to put them in the freezer overnight. So those have been in the freezer overnight. And nice now and frozen. I'm going to remove a piece of acetate. Just like that. This is what you get. A beautiful little souffle glacé. Here we are, we just made 3 beautiful souffle glacé. I hope you enjoyed that little video. Let me